Hello everyone. Whoa, that is exposed. Let's fix that. Jesus. There we go. Much more normal. How is everyone doing tonight? Sorry for a slight delay there. Had to deal with a daughter who is screaming the house down. Hopefully she's alright now. We are here and we are live doing Let's Create. This is a show where we look at a popular game and look at its mechanics, and we'll try to recreate those mechanics inside of Unreal Engine within our live stream tonight. So, this month's one we've chosen is Kirby. Not a major reason why. It's just my kids were playing it recently, and yeah, I thought it'd be a good one to do. Something within the realms of actually being able to do it within the time frame, so we can try and do that together. Now, as per usual, when it comes to these live streams, I haven't prepared any code. I haven't done practice anything. So you're going to see me live working things out, bug fixing, and so forth. So you can see sort of my thought process, and I'll try to explain my thought process behind what I'm doing. Obviously, I don't know exactly how they do it in Kirby, but I can have a guess and try to do it myself. So here we are inside Unreal, and we've got ourselves in a third-person template, and I've also brought in some assets from I'm going to get his name wrong. Quaternius. This is a website I use frequently for like free assets. It gives away free assets regularly, and we've got this platformer bundle added to our kit today, as we're going to try and use that to help do various things in here. As per usual, if you have any questions whilst I'm doing this, just put in the chat and I'll try and catch them if I can. So yeah. Okay. Let's get started. So, there's a couple of things noted about Kirby. So his mechanics are, his standard stuff is he can hoover things up into his mouth. And when he does that to enemies, he sometimes gains an ability from those enemies. So if it's a sword wielding enemy, he'll now have a sword. If it's a fire enemy, he will now be able to spit fire, or things like that. So we're going to do a few examples of this and try and recreate that. What was that site with the free assets? Yeah, hold on. Quaternius. Free assets, or you can get all in one file for $1 on Patreon. He does good stuff. Check it out. Yeah, tons of cool stuff on there. Whoop. So the main thing I wanted to showcase for you guys is how we can do something like getting abilities or changing your inputs of what they do during the game. So it's the gameplay changes basically based upon what you're doing with Kirby. So, as I said, it's just a third-person template. No code in here yet. So you haven't even prepared the shaders. There you go. So yeah. So another thing that Kirby does is he can do a hover, where you can like jump, and then you can keep pressing jump a number of times to sort of keep bouncing around. So we'll be doing that as well. Here's all the assets, by the way. That's not all of them. There's quite a few, but some there. So we just add a couple of jumps to our character so they can do a little hovering flight thing. And what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to go to my class defaults, and on the right hand side I'm going to go down. I'll just search for it. Jump, and you'll see jump max count here. It says 1. We're going to change that to 3. Okay. Now, the problem this is going to have is it's going to apply the same strength of jump onto the character. So, it's a pretty strong jump they have to begin with. So, that's something we need to fix. Also, the camera isn't like this in Kirby. It isn't like third-person camera. It's sort of like isometric almost. Or it's either two ways, two different types of games. So, it could be a side-scroller, or it could be a like isometric camera. We'll do an isometric camera for this. So I'm gonna make my camera actor first of all, an isometric camera, and put that in there. And in here we're going to have a spring arm, and on the spring arm we're going to have a camera. Okay, and the spring arm is going to face in the X like this, and I'm going to change the length of it to, I don't know, 600. Try that first, and then we'll rotate it up a little bit like this. Okay, I'm going to turn off do collision test for now, and I don't want to use pawn control rotation. Very important. Don't want to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this thing to basically attach to a target. So on the variables here, I need a target that I want to do. Now, another reason why I'm doing it like this is so I can move the camera around freely as well in code. I can do a lot more control over it, which is especially useful in a child's game like Kirby, because you want to show the player what they're doing, what impact their thing they're doing has on the environment. So we'll do camera target like so, and that'll be an actor object reference. And compile, save that, and on the event graph on begin play, I'm going to get player character, and we're going to set camera target. And once I've done that, I'm going to attach actor to actor, and I'm going to make the camera target the parent, the target will be self, and location rule is going to be snap the target, and rotation rule I'm going to keep world. Okay, nothing different about the world rotation. You might want to put a little delay in here too. The main reason why is because if the player character hasn't been spawned in yet, this could cause an issue. So we're going to give it a little bit of a delay, and it'll give it time to do that. Yeah, and then before begin play, we just get the player controller. So at the very start, our player controller, I'm going to set view target with blend and set it to self. Oh, hello. Self. And what this node does is it just sets the camera view to whatever it is you got. If it has a camera, it's going to be using the point of view of the camera there and the settings it has. So let's take a look at that in action. So I'm going to just drag in my isometric camera, and I want to leave it like this. Okay. Now, when I do this, you can see here the camera is all cool, but you can see there's an issue here. Is that when I turn my camera character, the camera turns with them, and so it kind of goes a bit weird. So what we've got to do is change the movement of the character to not be relative to what their way they're facing and so forth. So character movement here, we're going to change this to rotation to use the orange rotation movement. Yep, we want to keep that. That's fine. Oh, sorry, isometric camera. I forgot we have to change spring arm to not inherit the pitch your roll. I'm going to turn those off. Ooh, hello. Right, that's the thing I was forgetting, not the other rotation. Right, so now, yeah, okay, so that now works. So we've got to add one extra thing, and that is the control rotation being a problem. Because at the moment, if I just hold down, if I go back down here and hold down W and turn the mouse, yeah, it turns, which you don't want. So we're going to adjust that. And what we're going to do is simply just say, rather than get control rotation, get right vector, we'll just take that out. And we'll just put 1 in the Y. And in this one, we'll take that out and put 1 in the X. And I think that's the right way around. Yeah. So now we're fixed, and I can move the mouse freely. Does nothing. Cool. So the idea of the game of Kirby is that it's simple for children. Okay, so he literally has just the inhale ability and jump ability. Okay. Will this be on your page later? It will be on Patreon straight away, and it will be out on for everyone else a few weeks later. Hey, question. We've been doing a video explaining a new system that is replacing input actions. I followed input guides to get it working, but I don't really understand how it actually works. I've done a video myself on it, and we're going to see a couple in here, for certain. In fact, let's do it now, actually, because we need to do it. So let's go into our input folder, and your input system is comprised of actions and contexts. The actions are the individual commands, and the context is the sort of collection of commands and what inputs they have associated to them. So in my actions folder here, we've got jump, look, move, for example. We're going to add a few, another one. We're going to have two, actually. We're going to do IA for input action, and this one will be suck. And we'll do another one. Input. Ooh, hello. Input action. And this one will be IA attack. Okay, so if you've got like a sword in your hand, you can use that instead. He has a button as well to get rid of what he's currently equipped, doesn't he? Don't know, but we'll come back to it later. And each one of these has different settings on it. So the value type is normally ball, so it's either off or on. But you can change this to an axis if you want to make it a vector. That's mostly useful for like movement stuff. The benefit of this system, it has a load of triggers and modifiers that you can do to change the behaviors of these inputs. I won't go through them all now, but so I've done a video on them, and I've done we did our third-person attack combo with it as well a couple of weeks back. Okay, so let's go into the IA suck thing. Yeah, so as I said, you've got these actions, but then you have to define what on the context. So you go into context. If I open this up, you'll see these ones here. I'm going to go in here, choose the suck one, and we'll do that as E. Okay. And we don't have to do anything else really for this, I don't think. Hold and release. Nah, just don't need any triggers for this one. And also attack. And we'll make that one F. Okay. Just be sure when you are doing this new input system, you do have to register the context. So at the start here, you get the enhanced input local player subsystem, and you add mapping context. That's all. Okay. So on the suck here, we've got to. I want it to affect physics objects as well. So we can breathe in all sorts of things and have fun with that. So let's test that out first of all. So with the suck thing here, we need to basically spawn in something which is going to be like a cone, and I need it to take everything that it sees in this cone and apply a force to it. Okay, so to get that in there, what I'm going to do is I'll tell you what would be an easier way of doing it. If we go, well, not easy way, another way of doing it, just to show you a way of doing this. We can go to modeling mode here, take a cone, change it from a mesh to a volume, and volume type here, we'll do a trigger volume. Yes. Like that. And hopefully it's made a generated folder. No. Okay, fine. We'll just make one. We'll do. Oh, hello. Actually, I'll do an abilities folder. No, I didn't check out the GGC. That would have been handy to check out beforehand. Rather than guessing it, I could probably just do exactly what I did. But anyway, suck. I'll do ability suck. And go in that. And in here, I'm going to add a cone mesh to it. Cone. like so. I'm going to turn it around like this and move it so the point is at the center roughly, and change the size of it as well. So that is roughly 3 meters ahead of the player. So 300 units. We'll go a bit further than that. We'll go 5 meters. Do that. Okay. And we'll change this cone to be hidden in game. And barely visible on as well. And then the collision, I'm going to change this to overlap all objects, so it doesn't cause any weird issues like that. Okay, on the event graph, we need to grab everything that this thing is overlapping and apply a force to it. So on the event tick here, we're going to get overlapping actors. And I don't think we could do a physics thing on it. No, we can't. Okay. You've got physics fields on there, but as far as I'm aware, you can't really do much with these on here. No. This will do. Overlapping actors for each overlapping actor. And it doesn't have to be on tick exactly. We could do like a timer, but that's not a problem. We can do that in a second. And then for each loop body, we're going to take this and apply. Nope. So get root. Get root component. Because you can only apply physics to a root component. So make sure you do that. So on the root component here, we're going to apply force. No, not apply force. What do they call it? Add force. I just type in force. I can never remember what they bloody call it. Oh, wait, no. It doesn't know that this is a bloody primitive. What could I do? Get component by class. Can I get just a primitive component? We'll try this and then add force to it. There you go. Add force. And right now I'm just going to do like a large number in here just to see if this works. And do that. And on the player character, when I go to suck on started here, we'll spawn actor from class. Choose the suck ability. And spawn transform is going to be actor transform. Always spawn, ignore collisions, and promote that to a variable. And then when a reason why I promote it to a variable is because when its thing's completed, I could take the suck ability and destroy it. Destroy actor, for example. As I said, this is not going to be the only way of doing it. There's going to be loads of ways of doing this. This is just a way. Oh, I did push the button. Be easy if I. Oh, hold on. Oh, I need to. Hold on. I need to make this thing ignore me. Or just check that this thing is simulating physics. Is simulating physics as well. Okay. Righto. So I can see the suckers appearing in my outliner. But the force isn't doing its job. Why not? Let's just print string this target here. That should be doing that. Oh, I know why. Yeah. Oh, it's not even picking it up. Why is it not picking it up? Yeah. Should be. Hold on. Overlap all. Yep. Query only. Yeah, should be right. The chamber isn't an actor. The chamber? Oh, the chamfer. The cube chamfer. Yeah, it's an actor. Everything you see in the world is an actor. Acceleration change. It's not moving, so you could have to change acceleration. But the print string isn't even happening, so why is it not detecting that? Let me just make sure this thing is facing the right way. Hold on. So we'll make this not hidden in the game still. Hang on. Ooh. Yeah. Why is it not receiving anything? Is overlapping actor. Okay, well, let's just print string this thing. Is it actually reading this thing? Let's have a look. So, when I'm bug fixing, like, there's a problem, like, this isn't getting fired. I look backwards and see where breakpoints could possibly happen, like where things branch off. So your branches here are a common one for that. So here we're going to go to print string, and I'm going to put that onto this instead, and see if that one prints out. If this doesn't print out, that means there's something wrong with the collision. So I'm getting me, and that is it. Why is it only responding to me? Oh, I know why. I know why. These objects, let's scroll down. They need to generate overlap events. So I need to turn those on. Right. It's now coming up there now. Okay. If a physics object doesn't have that turned on, overlap events and hit events for the hit tick box don't work. So right, we know what we're doing now. Yeah. Always forget to do that. If it's a physics object, tick on generate overlap events so it can be overlapped by stuff. Right, let's make this thing invisible again. Okay. So, does this thing move at all? No. Should be. Let me get its mass, multiply it by its mass. That usually does the trick. Oh my god, these windows suck. If I get the mass of this, get mass, and multiply that by that, and just do 1,000. Like, we'll just do a very high number. Oh, too high. Yeah, so mass makes an effect. I'll turn it down. Let's do 10,000. So far, it's only going to go in the X direction. So, I mean, if I wanted to change it, actually, I could do. If I get this active forward vector, and do multiplied by minus 10,000. That's minus 1,000. Minus 10,000. And then put that in there instead. That should make it go backwards. Remember, the cone backwards is towards the center of it, which is what I want. So, we should... Nope, need more strength. It's 100,000. Oh. Why that worked a little bit that time? I will just do forward vector, no negative versifier. It should be working. Oh, that works. Okay, but why is it only that way? Oh, it's going to multiply by the x. Such an idiot. Sorry, my bad, my bad. You can. I've had little to no sleep. There we go. Do it there. You need to apply to all of them. It was just zeroing out the other directions. That's why it wasn't bloody working. Right, now. There you go. I can suck it into me. Yeah. There you go. So, let's increase the strength of that a little bit. I'm going to change it to 5,000. Negative 5,000. Maybe it's negative, so it goes backwards. It goes back to the center of it. And the center of it at the moment is attached to the player, so it should look like it's going back to the player. Cool. Okay. So let's see what that looks like now with 5,000. Oosh. You know, it's cool. And obviously, when they hit the end, like hit the player, they've got to be destroyed. But one thing I want to actually do is actually, rather than take the forward vector, I'm just going to get the direction directly from them to the player, I think, instead. Because they're just going one direction. I want them to like kind of funnel in. So I'm going to change it out a little bit. So rather than using the forward vector, I'm going to get a direction. So I'm going to take this return value here. Get direction, not direction, get location. Get world location. And I want to get the direction. Unit direction from that to the player character. So get it to location. And get player character. Like that. And use that instead. I think you don't actually need to use a player character because the player character and this actor have the same location, technically. But, you know, whatever. I think I need to change it back from negative to positive. Yeah, I do. There we go. I'm going to turn it down a bit as well. Let's go to 2,500. Oh. Okay, so 2,500 back towards the player. And we can suck things in like that. And they're coming back to me the correct way. Yeah, and these two should come back to me like this. Very nice. Okay. Next is we want it to be consumed by the player. So when they hit the player, hit the area around the player, we're going to destroy the object. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to keep it still on this guy, on this actor here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little overlap sphere here. Now the reason why I'm going to do that is that I don't have to worry about doing hit events, which are more costly and more expensive than, say, an overlap. So I can just do a sphere collision and get the same effect. So I'm going to go to sphere. I'm going to change the size of it a little bit. And I'm going to change it to a radius of, 100. That should be alright. Like that. And on that sphere, we're going to do an overlap event. So add event on begin overlap. I want to tell the player character to consume it. So I'm going to go back to my player character and I'm going to create a event on here. Consume item. And that's going to have a actor. Okay, and then I'll just take it to destroy the actor first and foremost, like so. So back on my suck ability, the other actor that overlaps this is going to be consumed by the player. So I need to get the player character, and I need to get a reference to them. So I need to cast to my third person character. And I don't have to do this here. I could do some begin play even. It doesn't matter too much. And on the third person character here, we can just take it to consume item. In fact, let's actually, yeah, I'm going to get a reference to it properly. So I'm going to cut that from there, go to begin play, chuck that on, and then promote that to variable Kirby player. And I can now go back down here to overlap and get my Kirby player out as a target. There we go. So I'm telling my Kirby player here to consume the actor. So other actor becomes that. Okay, so what should happen now is nothing. Oh, hold on. Is it colliding with itself? Yes, it's colliding with itself. It's consuming itself. So I need to tell it not to do that. So if the other actor is not equal to self, I also want it to only do things that can be sucked. So I'm going to do let's do tags. Let's do an actor tag. That's simple enough. Or either a tag or component. Interface. We could do. No, we can't do an interface because this thing will overlap everything. So we need to make sure the overlap works with particular objects. So I'm actually going to do an actor component, and I'll explain why in a moment. It will make sense. So actor component here will do sucked up. I don't know, sucked up component. Whatever. And then if the other actor here get component by class, sucked up component, and we'll do is valid. Yeah, so interface won't work because we need it to do something a bit different with how it responds to being sucked up, if that makes sense. We could do an interface actually. I know there's a billion ways of doing it. This will do just fine though. Oh no, not that one. This one. Like so. And I can now go onto these objects here. I set them all. Add them all together. No. Add sucked up component. Add sucked up component. And add sucked up component. Oh. Yeah, nice there. Okay, right, now. Dunk. Oh, there you go. So that works. Neat. Okay. So, the reason why I wanted to do a component, and again, we could do this with interfaces just fine, but in Kirby, a lot of things have this very similar output when you suck them up. Okay, so not all enemies are unique. There's a lot of duplication going on in there. So what I can do is I can now create on a sucked up component here, and I can make this a transfer over or apply over its effect it has. Okay, so in this particular one, I can make this give the player a score. Okay, so I can go in here and do on begin play here. Get player character. Would it be a good way of doing this? I think so. Right, I'm gonna cast to my third person character. And then on my character here, I'm going to, when I destroy this thing... No, I know. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So rather than do that, I'm going to give this thing a variable. And that's going to be effect. And that's going to be a new class I'm going to make. So blueprint class, actor. Oh, this bloody thing. Like, under 5 need to sort this stuff out. Effect, and we'll do parent. Okay. And change this to effect parent. Class reference. Okay, and I'll make this editable as well. And because I make it editable, what that means is I can click on each one of these, and I can click on sucked up. I can change the effect here for each one. So in this effect parent, I can add in to creating a child of it. Go effect coin. Okay, so let's say it gives us a coin. We can go in here, and on the event graph, we can begin play. And for now, just print string. Coin got. And then do destroy actor. You only do the effect once, and that's it. And so that comes through there. And then on my ability, no, on my player character. When I consume the item, before I destroy the actor, I want to take the actor, get component by class. And we're going to get the sucked up component. And then from that, we can get the effect. And now I can spawn the actor. Actor from class. And I'm going to do a couple of things with this. So the first thing we'll do is I'm going to, on the spawn transform, spawn it at the same location as my player. So get actor transform, put it on the same place as that. Collision handling override, we can change it to always spawn. And we'll expand open with the owner and set that to self as well. The reason why I want to put it as self as the owner is so that I can then use the owner reference to quickly do stuff to the player to make them do different things. Okay? Like give them different abilities and different actions and so forth. So yeah, do that. And then yeah, that's it. So go in here. If I suck this up, we should see in the corner nothing. Oh wait, I didn't set the sucked up thing. Oh, sucked up coin. Coin. Did I not do this one? Coin. There you go. Right, there you go. Ding. Coin got. Coin got. Coin got. Okay, so I'm getting coins now. I'm getting resources. I then want to use the same sort of thing to give my player different abilities, different things like that. That I may want them to be able to do. So, let's go ahead and put in a... I mean, I'm going to go actually get a list of Kirby abilities we see in one of the latest ones. Hold on. Kirby, Forgotten Land. Abilities. Okay, so we've got okay, so we've got the Ranger, a hammer, crash, fire, cutter, sword, bomb, tornado, drill, sleep, needle, ice. Okay, so let's do a Ranger first then. Okay, so the Ranger is a class that allows you to shoot an arrow out to whatever you're looking at. So I'm going to go to my abilities. And I'm going to create a new effect. So effect parent, create child, blueprint class. And I'm going to do effect ranger. And to support this, we're going to add another component to our character. So blueprint class, actor component, and do ranger, ability ranger. ability ranger. Okay. The purpose of the effect ranger is to spawn in the actor component and attach it to our player character. So on begin play, we're going to spawn. Get player character, and we're going to add a ranger ability. And it attaches, what this does, it will spawn it in and attach the ability ranger component to the player character. Okay, it does that there. And I'll leave it like that for now. I'll come back to this in a minute. But I've got an idea of how to make it disappear as well. But for now, let's just do that. Okay, and on the ability ranger, that is the one that's going to handle all the actual inputs and appearance changes, things of that nature. So on begin play, we're going to first of all, let's just print string saying that we're a ranger now. Copied ability ranger. And in here, we are going to set up the input action for our thing here. So input action for IA attack. And this is now going to handle the spawning of an arrow. Now, let's make the arrow projectile. Arrow projectile. Add our mesh to it. I think I actually have an arrow mesh in here. I have arrow, but not like a bow and arrow. Right, that's not really an arrow, is it? That's fine, we'll use it. Let's take it, just make it a lot smaller. 0.05. I forgot to hit the thing. 0.05. Sure, that'll do. We'll make that the root component, and in here, actually no, not the root component. We'll make a sphere collision the root component. Make new root. And we'll set that to 10. That'll do. Okay, and we add a projectile movement to it. Projectile movement. And in here, I'll give it quite a slow speed. We'll do like 800. And we'll do rotation follows velocity. Gravity will turn off for now. And on the event graph, when it hits, on the event hit, we're going to tell this thing to stop moving. So we'll do on event hit, set velocity. No, what I've got to do? Yeah, try something like that. I'm not going to destroy it or do damage to it at all at the moment, because I want to see it working first before I do anything like that. So that'll be like that. On the ability ranger, so when I do the IA attack on the ability ranger, on started here, we're going to do spawn actor from class. We're going to choose our arrow projectile. The spawn transform is going to be the same transform as our owner. So get owner. Get transform. Put that in there. And we'll take to always spawn, ignoring collisions. And I want to take the return value here. Actually, no, I'll leave it like that for now. So I just want to see it working first. That's the main thing. Okay, so if I say make this cube here, give me the effect for the ranger. When I suck this one up, I should get the print string, and I should be able to use F to shoot an arrow. At the moment, F doesn't do anything. So if I set that up, Ranger. Oh, it did. It's pushing me out of the way. Yeah, they're there. They're just very small. We need to change the size of those. So we just knock that up to 0.2. Did it again. 0.2, 0.2. There you go. I'm going to tell this mesh as well not to block anything. No collision on the mesh. And the sphere, rather than do that, we'll do custom collision. And we'll take it to block, static, dynamic, and overlap everything else. So, I've now got the Ranger ability. I can shoot my arrows out. Yeah, works quite nice. Yeah. Okay, so that's one. We're going to do one more ability. Well, we will see how many we can do. We're going to do at least one more ability because I want to make it so that when you get another ability, it replaces that one, not does two at the same time. So, here we go. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to make one for a bomb. Let's do the bomb. So, I'll make another blueprint class, actor, bomb. Select mesh, bomb, and I've got a model for that. Point, I don't know, 4. Hey, 4. See how that looks. And I've just put that the root. Actually, no, not the root. Keep doing that. I want to make the sphere collision root. The reason why I make the sphere collision root rather than the mesh root, which you totally can do, as long as a primitive component is a root, that's all that matters, is that I can change the scale of the static mesh without being an issue, whereas the sphere can be on its own, whatever you want. So like, put it back and it, you know, works. Projectile, and we'll make it, I don't know if he actually places bomb or launches one, don't know. 500, 500. This one will have gravity and it should bounce. And we'll do that. And that's that one done. So it comes in a few parts. So we've got the bomb, which is the actual thing that we shoot out. We then want to have the ability component, which we have. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to create a parent ability class. So go ability component parent. And I'm going to go back to my ability ranger, go to class settings, I'm going to change the parent class here, which you totally can do to many other things, and that would work just fine. So now it is an ability component parent. So I can now go to make another one of those, create child, ability bomb, and in here, very similarly, I can actually just copy a lot of that code. Hang on. I'll just copy all this. Copy. Paste. And change this one to bomb. Owner. We'll set the owner to that as well. Yeah. And on begin play, I'll do print string again. Copied ability bomb, like so. Okay, so yeah, the idea is I want it to replace the previous one. So on the third person character, when I consume an item, I'm going to get a component by class and get the separate component, get the effect, and so forth. Okay, the effect is then going to check to see if I've really got one attached. So if I go to the effect class, which I've closed, effect parent. Effect actually, begin play. We do it in begin play. So effect ranger, for example, we're going to take the player character and we're going to do get component by class. And we're going to get the ability component parent. And if it is valid, meaning I've got an ability already, I want to destroy it. So I'm going to take that out and do destroy component. If it's not valid, I don't have to do anything. I just go down here and add the component. Now, obviously, after it destroyed the component, I need to carry on and do the add. So it's just going to come back down here, like so. So it can destroy the previous one and add the new one. And what I can do is actually I can go to the ability component parent, which I haven't got here, and do end play. And on end play or destroyed, whatever one we use, I can just do like a print string, for example, saying ability lost, like that. Okay. Compile, save. Righto. So we're going here. Oh, let's give one the bomb. So that one's Ranger. We'll make this one the bomb. Oh, I made the effect. Whoops. We'll just copy the effect parent, effect Ranger one. So just duplicate that. Effect bomb. And just change this one to do add ability bomb. Like so. Right, okay, so oh well, I didn't change it over here. Effect bomb. There you go. Righto, so I'll get this one, get the Ranger. And now I can shoot arrows out. If I take this one, I can now throw bombs out. I've got to change that collision. I can see the component is still... Why is it still doing an arrow component? Alright, okay, let's change the collision stuff in the bomb first. So sphere here is going to custom block while static dynamic. Static mesh is going to have no collision on it. Compile, save. Ability bomb. Why is this spawning the arrow as well? It should be destroyed. Effect Ranger. Ability component parent. Destroy component. Add ability Ranger. Yes. We'll add a breakpoint there. So, can shoot. Now it does both. Okay, so it's not getting destroyed. Why is it not getting destroyed? I did change the class of these, didn't I? Parent class, ability component parent. Yep. Bomb. Yep. Effect Ranger. Yep. Effect bomb. Alright, let's put a breakpoint on this one. So get the Ranger. Shoot, shoot. Get the bomb. Right, now it's doing that. Yeah, there's ability Ranger. It's not doing it though. Why would that not do that? So let's just remove these things. Don't need them anymore. Effect Ranger. Okay, so why would it not destroy the component? Unregistered mark for pending for kill. This may not be used to destroy a component that is owned by an actor unless the owner actor is calling that function. Oh, right, okay. I need the owning actor to do that. Right, so what I need to do is make the third person character here have a function on it, or event, saying remove ability. And I just need to get component by class self, and we'll do ability parent component. Okay, and valid. The ability is valid. Destroy component. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, so on the effect now, rather than doing it destroy here, I need to tell my player character, which I'm definitely just to cast it, cast to third person character, and remove ability, and then do that. So just copy this and go back to effect ranger. There. Put that in there. Okay. Right, so we're going here now. Ranger. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There you go. I can now just got bombed. So now we're going to do two different things. Okay. And like, I'll still pick up this one. I'll still get this one because that one is just a coin. That doesn't do anything. So this works pretty good. Okay. So that's like a very crude, basic example of how you can get started making a Kirby-like mechanic where you can hoover up things and grab them all into it. So let's now make things a little bit prettier. So we've got a lot of assets we can use in my mesh pack here. And we're going to build out a basic level for this. And I'm going to use this sort of basic setup we have here, really. Actually, no. Should I? Okay, let's just, yeah. I don't know what to do. Let's do this. There you go. Right, so I've got meshes I can use in here. So I'm going to use modular platforms, and we'll just do some grass, I guess. I don't know what we've got actually in here. What size are these as well? 200 by 200. So I'm going to change this to be 100. I'll change this to be 1. Okay, put that out here. Turn that around like that. Okay. So that's a 0, 0, 0. Right, so that's over there. And we can just drag out a few more of these. And what's this end one? Just like a hard end bit. Yeah, okay, don't want that. I want a corner. Grass corner. There we go. And what I can do, if I just duplicate that one, I can right click on this, replace with corner B. And likewise, I can drag that out there, replace that with center, turn it around, and away you go. I just want a grass top up. That'll be fine. Like so. Unless that's not the right thing I want. I don't want a center. I want a side, is it? Yeah, I'm going to replace that with side. So I'm going to go replace selected actors. Right, if I select all these, hold on. Replace selected actors with side. Right, I've got these round the wrong way, and yeah. That. Cool. Okay. So I can. No, wait. What? Oh, yeah, return. Oh, God's sake. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we can now put in our blocks like so. Bum, 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 bum. Like that. Okay. Walls. I'm gonna do a tall wall now. Is that a corner? Sure. I'll do like that. Obviously, it's best to block this stuff out beforehand. It saves a bit of time. Just trying to make it up as you go along. Side bottom tool. Side center tool. Sure. I don't know what that means. Oops, need to move that along. Why is that one looking a bit weird? Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So there's actually a corner that's a bottom. Corner. There we go. Yeah. Place corner bottom. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Then I want to put that up there like that. Like that. And let's put in the dirt side. No. I just want just a flat. Where's the flat? Oh no, I don't want flat, do I? I want. Getting confused. I want the corner here. There we go. There we go. Right, that's what I wanted. Cool. Right. Side tool. I'm not using AMD. No, I'm using it in NVIDIA. Got a 3080. Oh, there you go. Oops. And I'll just take that. And same again over here. Okay. And I want to now put in the flat number one. Like so. And I'll just do a simple one. There you go. Cool. Right. Player start. Yoink. 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 Okie dokie. So nature, got some other bits in here we could use as well. Got grass bits, you know. Don't know why it's like that though. I guess it's to make it look. Ah, I see what I've done. Okay. Looks a bit weird. We'll put a bush in though. I'll make sure the bush though has. What can I do with that? I'll take the scale off there. And I'm going to take simulate physics, and we'll have this other sucked up component. Right, so I can push that around. I should be able to suck it up. No, I can't suck it up. It's just too heavy. Why can't I move that? Oh wait, I've got to simulate overlap events. Again, every time I forget to do that. But I'm also going to make this thing not react to me. So on physics actor, I'm going to change that to custom and take it to pawns overlap. So when I'm walking around, I can just walk around and walk through it. But I can take it up. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I'll make my jump a little bit less floaty as well. Third person character, blueprints, character, movement. Let's go down to jumping. And I'm going to. Where is it? Oh, yeah. We'll change it down to 500. And I'm going to give it slightly higher gravity. Am I missing it? Oh, it's there. Gravity scale 1.75. That's pretty not bad actually already. Let's see what 500 looks like without changing that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So yeah, we can walk through this, no problem. But if I want to eat it, I can. Yonk. Right. Okay. So next thing we'll do, we're going to add in some special visual effects for the sucking ability. For that, I'm just going to cheat and just get a visual effect already made from the marketplace that I've got. Because we're not doing a Niagara tutorial today. Yeah, it'll take too long. So we're going to do a quick fix and bring in one. I think this one has one. If not, I've got others we can try. Kirby, and add this to my project. Yoink. By the way, if you haven't checked out yet, check out the screenshots that I've shared from Mimic. The level design, it's going pretty well. It's interesting to check out. Let us know what you think. I put it on all over social media. So yeah, do check it out. So this is Lure's 8 elements from the marketplace. It was free a while ago, I think. But in here we've got wind. What can I use in here? So anything I could use? So we've got this like vortex thing. Could maybe use that. Let me just close all these because it's getting busy. So we've got this thing. Can I rotate it? I can. That's not too bad actually. That's quite a good one. So let's go put that onto our thing. So that's wind attack 1. And if it's a white underline, that means it's made in Cascade, which is the old style of old style particle effects. Ability suck. Add Cascade particle system. Wind. Attack 1, I think it was. What you got? So we got this. That's not too bad. What's the other ones we got? That's a bit too nuts. No. No. I think the attack one's the best one so far. I'm going to scale it up a little bit though. I don't like this little dust particle thing that's going on here though. So I'm going to go into it and edit it so it turns it off. So that is going to be this one. Yeah. So if you don't forget, you get all these things from the marketplace. You can edit them. Maybe worthwhile doing. So now it's not so badly nuts that. In fact, I don't want that the first little blades either. What's this one? No. I think it's that one. I want to turn that one off. Oh. There we go. So it's just that. So it's a bit nuts, isn't it? But yeah, whatever. Yeah. What else has it got out on there that we can turn off? So it has light on it at some point. Where's the light coming from? This one. I'm gonna turn it off as well. Don't want the light. Yeah. And I let go of it and it disappears. Cool. Right. Okay. Anyway, I think that's not too bad. So we've got basic suckable objects up here. We can. Oh. Do that. Like that. Nice. Okay. So now I'm going to make enemies give me the ability to shoot things at them. So there's a bee I'm going to use. I'm going to use that as my arrow one, my ranger one. So in my meshes, we're going to go to enemies and do a bee. And I'm going to just create a class out of this. Sure, character, bee, enemy. Go into my bee enemy, give it the mesh of the bee. These things don't have any animations on them though, sadly, but you know, you'll do. Just make that a bit smaller. Put it in the air so it looks like it's flying a little bit. Make it a bit smaller still, I think. Ooh, yeah, about that. Okay, and this thing's going to have the sucked up component. So go add sucked up component, and this is the workflow we'll follow. Sucked up component, and this is going to give us the effect of the ranger, which is then going to set up our character to be dealing shots. Now I think the stinger, is the stinger a thing in here? Hang on. No. But okay, I'll make a stinger. So we'll make the arrows the stinger. So ability, arrow projectile, will change us to a stinger. So I'm going to change that there to a cone. Shit, cone. Turn it around. Make it longer. And we're going to get thinner. And we'll change the colour of it to be black. There's a 2 in our saw that has black. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we'll put in our bee. Meshes, enemies, bee enemy. So I can suck up the bee. Ooh. Oh, wait. It's got to have physics on them. Ah, wait, yeah, so this is the other problem. So the problem we're going to have here is that our characters don't have physics enabled on them by default. So we have to tell them when they get sucked up to turn on their physics. So if I go to ability suck here, in the event graph, when I do the overlap, and I check for suck class, which is great, and we go in consume item, the actor here, I need to tell it to turn on its physics. So in the other actor down here, we're going to drag this out, get root component, and we can't do it from here, can we? No. Can I get the primitive component? Get primitive. No. Oh god. Alright. It's not that anyway. Where is it? It's on tick, isn't it? Yeah, here. Primitive component. That's what I want. Is something in physics? None is true, false. Okay. So if it's false, I want to check to see if this is a pawn. If it is a pawn, then I want it to be affected by this, and I'll turn on physics for it. So if it's false down here, arrangement here, cast to pawn. No, we'll do character. Because they have a default thing we can change. And then go capsule component, which is its root. And we're going to do set simulate physics. And turn it on. And we don't have to worry about being on tick because this will only happen once. Because next time it goes round, it will now be simulating physics. So it should just go ahead and force it like normal. So hopefully... Oh, it got me. Hold on. I need it to remove item. Get player character. That'll do. I'm not going to waste more time on it because we're out of time for today's stream. Meanwhile, anyone got any questions you want to ask about what I've done here? We can go through that. It's done me again. Why has it done me again? Okay, I can't do that way. Cast a character. But I don't want it to be the player character. You don't think it will save for the for each loop? What, the simulate physics? Yeah, that will. But that will remove it from each tick, so that will go through there and then tick for remove it. But that was the logic behind it. Hi from India. Thank you. No, to get overlapping actors when you removed an item. Oh, did I not plug it in? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I know. Made it to variable. Plug that in. Move it. There. So, the logic behind that... let me test if it actually works first. Yeah, that would be a good idea first before I explain why that would work. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Right. So, okay, the B wasn't affected, but it didn't affect me. So the reason why that works is because the remove doesn't save it. It just removes it from the existing array. So you need to drag that up to promote to a variable, so a copy of it basically. And you're removing it from that copy and using that to for each loop. Otherwise, the for each loop is going to go back through this and get the overlapping actors again from scratch, which you don't want to do. So the next issue is the B wasn't moving for some reason. Now, the colliding still works. I can push it down, but it's not applying a force to it. Previous component, if that info physics true. Yeah, I should be doing that. Bum. Get component by class. Set physics is true. It's now simulating physics, but it's not getting the component. Why? Okay, let me just print string the component here. It should be printing out the capsule component, which is not. Right, okay. Why not? So what is that returning? Oi. Print string. Because it's just getting its first primitive component, whatever it is. So what the hell is it returning? Character mesh it's getting. Right. Right, okay. Okay. I could, rather than just chucking the capsule component, I could chuck in the mesh component, which is from that. That would do it. But you see, the collision doesn't work until I collide with like the capsule. As to have collision enabled, set to query. Oh right, I know what to do. So on the mesh of this thing, I need to change its collision. So collision. I'm gonna go down here, customize it, and I want it to be query only. With the overlap of the object type that it is. So, ability suck here, this sphere collision is of the type wild dynamic. It's query only, and it overlaps everything. The B enemies thing is a pawn, so it will overlap that just fine. I need to turn on generate overlap events. Again, always forget to do that. For those who come in late, if you ever have physics turned on something, you need that to be turned on for it to generate any overlap triggers. And that's blocking. It should still work with block. Let's just check that out. Yeah, there you go. And I now should be able to shoot my stingers. Nice. Cool. Okay, so, and I can take up these things. Yep. Cool. Shoot my stingers out. Nice. Okay. Set the query in physics or physics only. I have to add force. Card mesh has to have collision enabled. It is enabled. Did I not change it? Mesh. Query only. Oh. Physics only. Oh no, we want both really, don't we? We'll just do both. Collision enabled to do that. There we go. Suck it up, suck it up. Nice. Okay. We can go with that print string now. Let's do it now. Right, so, a bit messy, but we're running out of time. So, the last thing I wanted to do was show you that one thing that happens to Kirby is when he gets a new ability, he changes his appearance. I want to do the same thing. So, what happens to Kirby is the whole mesh changes. We could do something similar. So, in here, I'm going to go to my characters, mannequins, rigs. Oh, not rigs, sorry, meshes. And I'm going to create a duplicate of my Manny one. Okay. Duplicate. Manny. Ranger. Like that. And I'm going to give him different materials, okay? Just so you can see it's different mesh. Rather than me mess about trying to get another mesh in here. So I'm going to go... Let's find this one. We'll make him look like a bee. Go down there. Okay, let's duplicate that. B. And in here, I'm going to go to that's base texture. We're going to tint it yellow ish. And we're going to make him have the bee costume. Okay. And this one, do the same. Many B. Oh, wrong one. We'll just duplicate that. B2. Whatever. So you get the same colour as that. Copy. In here. Paste. B. Okay. Oh, wrong one. B2. There we go. We've got one B. So if I want him to use that mesh instead, I just go into my ability for my ranger, or the effect ranger, sorry. So effect ranger. And in here, when we add this ability to it, I'm also going to change the mesh of my character. So I get the player character mesh, set, oh no, sorry, get mesh first. Get mesh. And do set mesh. And we're going to do set skeletal mesh. There that is. Set skeletal mesh asset. And we'll do mini ranger. Like so. Okay. Yeah, and do that. And so now I pick up the ability. I'm now a B. And picking up these doesn't change me because they don't change any abilities of my character. So that's one thing to do. Now the other thing to be aware of is that we want to remove it when we swap to a different ability. So when we remove the ability here, we're going to bind the ability to our begin play, our effect here. So the return value of our add ability to the add ability ranger, take that and do bind event to component deactivated. That should do it. Drag that down to custom and go to ability removed. Oh. Ability removed, and on ability removed I can now do this thing again. So take that, and take this, and put that back in, and change that back to some many. Right, so if I put the bomb one in, we'll just make another enemy quickly. We'll use a skull. I'm going to just duplicate the B enemy, actually. Duplicate. Skull enemy. And just change the mesh over. Crab as well. Skull. Yeah. Okay. So on the sucked up component here, I'm going to change this effect to the effect bomb. So now, put him into my scene. Skull enemy, we'll drag him over to here. Like that. So pick up the B one, I should change to yellow guy. If I pick up this one, I should change back to normal. Ooh. Or not. It's a deactivated thing that's not working. Now no. Back then. Okay, so when I deactivate, actually when we go to remove the ability, let's deactivate it first. So before we destroy the component, we deactivate this. Deactivate that one, and destroy it. That should then trigger that one. So now B, shoot things. Now, oh, why didn't it change it back? Effect ranger. Oh wait, I didn't do. No, did I do this? Oh wait, we can't do that. No, yes, we can. Why is that not triggering? Hold on. Add breakpoint. This is effect ranger, so this should be the one that gets removed. Or not. The skull puts the yellow. Does it? No, it's got the effect bomb. The bomb doesn't do that. I didn't change any of the bomb stuff on here. If you go to the effect ranger, that's doing that bit there. Ability removed. Should be changing that. Bind event to component deactivated. Why aren't you triggering? I'm deactivating it. Can you make a tutorial on how to make a seamless portal? It's not easy. I'm not 100% certain myself if I can do it. Probably one day I can try it, but no idea when. Why is this not deactivating? Because if I don't destroy it, it should be deactivated, so it shouldn't actually do it anymore. Yep. Oh. Yeah, so it's deactivated. Oh, no, it's not. It's there. What? Why is it not deactivating? Huh? Alright, okay. Well, we'll do this one. Ability component. Right, if we go to the parent ability, we'll do it this way. Parent ability there. And create an event dispatcher for this. Go on ability removed. And when I do end play here, I'm going to do ability removed, call that onto there. I then go back to my effects over here. No, which one? Yeah, so rather than binding on that one, we do bind event on ability removed. Get rid of that. Custom event removed. Right, we do it that way around. So I made my own binding basically, and that should work for all of them. So I'll do that. Pick up the ability to shoot things. Now back to normal. I can now shoot bombs out. Nice. Nice. Okay. So yeah, so the bomb one would be of something very similar type. So the effect ranger does this skeletal mesh here. The bomb would do something similar tier 2, and I can make this, like, a lot of this could be simplified as well onto a parent one if you wanted to, rather than duplicating a lot of the work. So for example, rather than doing add ability ranger, we could do add component by class, and this can be set to no, ability parent. So I do ability, no, we'll promote that to a variable class, and we'll do that as a ability component parent. Change type, close that. Oh, I forgot to change the, whoops, ability component class reference. Yep. Okay, put it in there, and I can get rid of that one and just put that in. Ooh, in here. The binding should still work because it's the same class. However, it tells you it's the same class there. It says it's the ability component parent. And then I can change the class here. And mesh, I can change that to a variable as well. And that'd be mesh appearance. You know, things like that. And then that's it. And I can just, what I can do now is just copy all of this. Go to the parent effect. Parent. And in here, just delete these. Paste that in. Promote that to a variable. Create variable. Create variable. And pile that. Save that. If we go back to my other effect, so effect ranger here, we're now going to have duplicates of this stuff. We don't have to need any of this. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Don't need that. The bomb. We don't need any of this. Because all we can do now is just go to class defaults and change the class. So we can change the class here to ability bomb. And we choose the mesh we want to use. So this is going to just use many. That's normal. The effect ranger. Class defaults. Ranger. Many. Ranger. Yeah. So without doing any like fancy work with the coding, I can make it really, really flexible and add loads more stuff to it. You see, it still works. Yeah. So you can do lots of really cool things like that. Access none. Oh right, yeah, that's because I'm. Yeah. This. We'll just do this if this is valid. That error came up because when you close the game, it end play technically triggers, and because end play triggers, this no longer works. So we need to make sure it only does it. It's not a problem when you actually play the game proper. It's literally just while you're testing the game. You don't notice that error coming up. Oh, I missed it. Yeah. Cool. So we have got a little Kirby game where we can go around now and adding abilities and effects. So I think we can get more organized in here. So we've got effects, and we'll just chuck those in there. Effect coin, parent, bomb, ranger. And the reason why I made effects different is because then we can have different abilities on it. So for example, the effect coin does something very different indeed. So if I go to the effect coin, its begin play is very different from the effect parent. The effect parent's doing all this stuff, yeah. But in this coin one, we don't want to do that. We're just doing this instead. So here we're overriding the begin play event. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't do anything. So you leave it like that. Whereas on the effect parent, we could do this and oh, I forgot to do destroy actor as well. And yeah, and there you go. So cool. Yeah, there you go. So now we can inhale, get an ability, and we'll switch over an ability like so. And as I mentioned, this actually goes with your comment there, Coco. Yes, Kirby isn't supposed to be able to inhale whilst they've got the thing ability. So they actually have a button to release the ability or drop it or, you know, whatever. Or spit it out. I don't know what to do. I think they spit it out. So on the input action, we add the spit out input. I'll just duplicate this one. IA spit. And leave that as is. And we're going to go to the context here. Suck and attack. So suck is going to have the same input as spit. So I'm going to add another thing here. Spit. Same input. E. So, and then on my player character, which is here, do IA spit. And in here, we're going to check to see if we have a component that's an ability. So get component by class. I'm going to get the ability parent. If it is valid. Because we don't want to do it when it's not valid. So if it's valid, do that. And then if it is valid, we want to split. So what we're going to do here is we're going to spawn a projectile which looks like the enemy mesh and will do damage to things on impact, sorry. So I can go into our thing here. Abilities, make another thing in here. Spit effect. And I'm just going to make another projectile. And that'll be spit projectile. And this one's going to be a little bit different though, because this one I'm going to have the mesh be different things. So if I go ahead and make a duplicate child of that, sorry, not duplicate, do spit projectile B. Go into here, change the mesh here to the B. Oh, B is a skeletal mesh first of all. Let's do that. B. And we want it to be smaller. And I'm going to make it have no collision with the player. So customize it, block anything except for pawn. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, yeah, and we're going to make him fly through the sky when we spit him out. So, on our player character, there you go. When I get the ability component here, we're going to tell the ability to spit this ability out. So, on the ability component parent, custom event for spit out ability. And we're going to do spawn projectile. Oh no, spawn actor from class, and I'm going to promote that to a variable, and that'll be class. We'll do spit class, and change that to spit projectile, and my class reference. So in here, spawn transform be the same transform as our owner. So you're going to do get owner, actor transform, plug that into the spawn transform, always spawn, ignore collisions. Yeah, and away it goes. And when it does do that, we are now back on our player character, which is here. We're going to do spit out ability, and then I want to do remove ability, this one. So do remove, no, just right click, remove ability. Okay, and when I go to in how, where is it? This suck button. We can't do. We want to do the inverse of this. So copy. No, not that one. This bit. Copy. And then on in the in how one, if it is started and that is valid, we're going to go it's not valid. So if it doesn't have one, we can do the in-how. So let's go into here, and we can in-how, get the B, and I spat it out, but it didn't go anywhere. Where'd it go? Do that again. So push the suck button again. It loses it, but where's it going? Oh, I've still got no. Spit projectile B, class defaults. Oh, I didn't set on here, did I? No, what have I done? Projectile, effect, ability B, ability suck, ability, ability, hold on, ability ranger, class defaults, spit class, there we go, B, there we go. Right, try again. And then if I put done, I push B, E, then we're B. And I can suck another one. And the bomb doesn't spawn. I haven't got nothing here. Oh, there you go. Okay. So we'll duplicate that one. Skull. Why is that saying none? Whatever. Skull. Yeah, what the hell's going on there? Something weird's happened there. Save all. I've got a feeling it's going to crash. No, it's looking right there. Oh, has that happened before to you? Is it? Okay. Oh, well. Oh, well. You get all actions of a class and get the player BP. Is it better than casting to player BP or not? No. No. Yeah, you're a bit late, Rusty, unfortunately. We're about to finish up. Just doing a very last little bit on here. And a review of the code and how this system works. Come on. I had 317 unsaved objects, so yeah, good thing I'm saving it now. So I will be putting this project file onto the Patreon Gold members, by the way. So if you're a Patreon Gold member, you can play about with this yourself, and you know, with all the assets and stuff, if you so wish and desire. That's totally up to you. So ability bomb here, spit class into the skull, and we go like that, and spit that out. And get the bomb, throw bombs out, spit the bomb out. Cool. We're getting this error here. So attempted to access ability suck, provide property suck ability, but this isn't not valid as it is. Okay. So I think what that is if I do this, it's okay. But if I were to do it once, like that, yeah. That is because of my player character. I'll go to player character. Yeah, so this completed suck ability destroy actor in that case isn't true because we're not doing it when we spit it out. So we're going to right click on that, bad data get, chuck it on completed, and only destroy it if it's completed. So compile that, save that, and we're done. So we have now got basic Kirby mechanics in our game here. We've got hover. We can hit jump and keep hovering. We got the ability to suck in air and inhale things. So here I've got a bomb. I can then shoot bombs out based on my ability. And then I can also spit that out and then suck up the bee. And then shoot out little bee stingers as well. Okay. And I can spit that one out too. And and that's basically it. So I'd make the obviously there's a lot more involved when it comes to different meshes and different animations and things like that. But those animations would be animation blueprints that are just parent and child of it, and it has extra stuff on it. It's not much at all. I see it's a relatively simple game to try and make. It's unloaded all the things. I hate when it does this. Wild petition editor. Not gonna let me select it all. No, we're not using this, are we? No, I didn't tick it on. So why? Hang on. Yeah. Move 5, you're so weird. I've forgotten how to make these loaded now. Like usually you just go down here and select it and load it out, but I can't do that. Show actors. Is this thing world petitioned? I don't think it is. Oh, whatever, just reopen level. Yeah, one easy fix for that. There you go. There you go. You just reopen the level, Rusty, and it'll fix it. There's something weird about the petitioning of, I don't know. But anyway, so the way it's working, a little recap overview as I'm tidying it all up. In our abilities folder here, we've got effects and we've got abilities. So let me just put the abilities folder and put ability ranger, bomb, and parent onto there. Move there. And spit effects, we've got here. Spit projectiles. Spit effects, move here. We'll do projectiles. Put those two in there. Okay, so the way it works is that objects that can be consumed and inhaled by Kirby would have a component called a sucked up component. And this component is pretty simple. All it's doing is keeping track of the effect of that it has. Now we're using an effect as a sort of intermediary between it and the ability. Rather than just straight up adding ability to it, because not all things are going to be adding abilities. So for example, sometimes you suck up things that they heal you, or give you a coin, give you a collectible, whatever it is. And that would be the job of that effect there. So the effect gets spawned in, this effect parent. And when the effect parent gets spawned in, it gets the player character and tells them to remove any abilities they have currently. We are then adding an ability component. And the ability component is a class that we define per the effect. So for the Ranger effect, we add the Ranger ability. Bomb effect, we have the Bomb ability. So on and so forth. When those abilities are removed via a event we made, they will destroy and change the mesh back and destroy this actor. So the effect exists whilst they've got that ability. It's still there. And here we are changing the appearance of our character based upon what ability they've got. So in this case, it will change to a B, pick up the B item. So that is the effect. The ability that gets spawned in, it all comes from an ability component parent. And all it's doing here is just saying spawn the actor when I do spit out ability. And also it is going to be doing on each one of these. So if I go to Ranger, here we're doing the input action on this ability component. So you can do input actions on components. That still works. So you can do that. And what's really nice about that is I can just put it in here straight away. So when I use the attack command, it's going to spawn an arrow projectile. The bomb is doing the exact same, but spawning a bomb projectile. But if it's a swords one, it'd be used swinging a sword, playing a montage, so forth. If it's a fire one, it'd be used spitting out fire or running really fast. You know, whatever. You want your ability to actually do. That's going to happen here. And that just is how you're managing what the ability does. And you can do things like, okay, if you're made of fire, for example, and you walk through with fire, You check the damage type, and on the damage type it goes, "Hey, do you have the ability for fire on your character? Yes or no? Yes, great, no damage." So for example, so the idea is to make this quite flexible, so you can do quite a lot of different types of abilities and different effects on the character. And then when I spit them out, I'm just spitting out the effects of what you're seeing here. So, pretty simple, really. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that stinger-looking thing. Yeah, that's all they're doing is just meshes. That's projectiles, meshes like that. Change that to none. Oh wait, I didn't change it. No one did I? I changed material. None. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So just doing things like that, really. Yeah. I can go to this mesh as well and take it to simulate physics on it, but not enable gravity. So he'll spin around as he flies through the air, in theory. So I can shoot, and then spit. Doesn't spin. I'd probably add spin to it if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna bother. And yeah, it's just a matter of just like building out. Oh, there you go. Oh, I've got to change the collision enabled. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna bother with that. Can't be bothered. But that's basically it. So it's relatively simple to get going and get started. And it's just building out your levels and your enemies and animations and all the rest of that stuff. Yeah. Rock clear, make it look pretty. Any questions before we wrap up and say good night? Oh, I think the rock got yeah, the tree's blocking everyone's view. I'm going to show you this little trick, by the way. If the object you've got has a broken collision capsule because of the mesh its shape, you can see how broken it is. If we go to simple collision, yeah, that's not what we want. So I'm going to go remove the collision. And for trees, typically you want 2 collision boxes. We're going to add a sphere collision for the top, and we can move it and scale it. Like that. And I'm going to add another one, and it'll be a capsule. And I'll bring that down here and make that the trunk. There you go. That's not bad. So, yeah. Rock is clipping these guys, so obviously don't want that to happen. Like so. There we go. Cool. So yeah, we can run through the bushes, but not through the rocks, hopefully. Nope. But then I can suck up the bushes, but not the rocks. Obviously, I didn't make the bombs explode, but yeah. But now I can get up close to the tree, you see. I've inadvertently made stepping stones. No, that's fine. Well, I could step up on them. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Fun stuff. So yeah, have fun with this. It's been quite a cool one to make. I quite enjoy this. Let me know what you think in chat and what kind of things, suggestions maybe for the next Let's Create. I'm tempted to do something to do with the Star Wars game coming out, but I don't know what yet. But let me know what would be quite a good one to try and do for next time. Always eager to see what people want to try and make in their games. Yeah. Yeah, Rusty. Yeah, exactly. Up to you guys. I picked Kirby because I wanted to do something a bit more cutesy and a bit different than last time we done Hogwarts Legacy. As I say, I'm thinking of doing Star Wars, but I don't know what part of Star Wars to try and do. Don't know. But anyway, that'll do for today. We've been on for 2 hours already, so we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching me live. If you want to get hold of these access to these project files, they'll be available for gold patrons probably tomorrow. This whole stream will be available to patrons straight away after the stream is finished. Everyone else will get it a few weeks later. As for upcoming content, we've got question time back again on Wednesday. So if you want to ask your questions about Unreal, game dev, whatever it is you want to ask, come by on Wednesday and ask your questions. Otherwise, next weekend we'll be doing a look at Project Mimic and showing you the progress update on where we're at with that. I've been doing quite a lot of stuff with that, level design wise, and also setting up Epic online services with it. So I've decided to try and use EOS for this, and also Epic account services. So I've gone through that rigmarole. I can talk about that a bit more in detail next live stream. And yeah, it'd be quite fun to show you what we've done so far with it and get your opinion. So thank you so much for joining me live. And next month we've got back to the Pokemon Retro Remake. We've got more another live session regarding AI and combat AI. Plenty of cool stuff along the way as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to support the channel, head on to patreon.com/Ryan Laley. And just $1 a month will get access to all my content early before everyone else. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.